Hi, I'm Dustin Abbott, and I'm here today to give you my review of the Sirui Traveler 5C. This is a carbon fiber, inexpensive, very lightweight travel tripod. I find travel tripods to be very valuable. For one thing, I keep one constantly in my vehicle, and in many cases, if I am traveling or even if I'm going to an event, even if I don't think I may use a tripod, a good travel tripod is compact enough that I can often fit it into my bag along with my other gear that I'm taking and just have it just in case. And it has been a lifesaver in a number of settings, either if I need a stable platform to get some video footage, or maybe if I, for some reason, end up needing to be in front of the camera rather than just behind it, to have that tripod obviously is going to be very, very valuable. And so I have used and reviewed a number of travel tripods over the years, from those that are, inexpensive. Some of you may remember, if you've been around for a long time, back when I did the review of this Oben, and I believe it is the CT3535. On the more expensive end, we have what is kind of the Rolls Royce of travel tripods, which is the Peak Design carbon fiber travel tripod, which is an amazing bit of engineering, and it is one that I personally really, really love. But it's also really, really expensive, running you about $650 US. That's obviously going to put that price point well out of range for a lot of people. And so if you don't have that kind of budget, I think that the Traveler 5C is a worthy consideration, particularly considering you're getting a nicely made carbon fiber tripod for a price tag of about $115 US. And there is even an aluminum version, if you don't need, that is functionally similar, but obviously weighs a little bit more because it's not made out of as lightweight a material, and it can run you as cheap as $90 US. So as you can see here, the design is designed around for collapsing down, is designed around an upright center column. And so you can easily reverse these down by using which I will note, very nicely defined clicking, and you can get that down to a very compact package very quickly. And it is nice and compact. It folds down as small as 13 inches or about 33 centimeters. And so that compares to the Peak Design is not quite as compact. It's about 15.5 inches, again, versus 13 inches. Now, according to the specifications on the Oben, obviously the newest model is a little smaller than what this one was, in that I actually find this one to be slightly longer in measurement. The newest Oben is 12 inches or an inch shorter than what this is when fully compacted. But this is a very compact package, and it's also very lightweight. It weighs in at only 850 grams, and so that comes out to 1.87 pounds, less than 2 pounds. And so that compares favorably to either the other options. The Peak Design travel tripod is 1.27 kilograms. And so, obviously it's a fair bit heavier. And then also even the most recent Oben is 1.1 kilograms. And I will note that this particular tripod is not available any longer, but its replacement runs at about $200 US. And so as far as the max payload that each one of these could go on, this is actually the lowest of the bunch at 4 kilograms, or right at about 9 pounds. Again, the luxury item here is going to be the travel tripod from Peak Design, which can get over 9 kilograms, right over 9 kilograms, and basically the same payload, 4.1 kilograms versus 4 kilograms for the newest Oben version. I will note, however, at least comparing the ones that I have on hand, that there is a definite advantage for the Sirui, the Traveler 5C, when it comes to stability. Let's take a look at the reason why. Now, with travel tripods, you are going to be compromising a bit of stability and sometimes height to get that added portability. In each one of these cases, these are all carbon fiber travel tripods, but I will note that each one of them delivers a much different experience. Now, obviously on the far end of expensive, we have the Peak Design travel tripod, and it is, about 4 times what the cost of these others would be. So in a different class, but as you can see, it's obviously going to give both the greatest height and then also the greatest stability. With, if I throw a measuring tape in between, we've got about 40 inches of spread in between that. Now, with the 5C that we're reviewing today, if I do a similar measurement, I've got about 27 inches between the base, and then with the Oben that I've been using for a long time, I have got about 25 inches between the base. And I will note that, as noted, that while this is the most stable. There is a clear difference between the stability of the Sirui compared to the Oben tripod. And I think that that extra bit of spread, and obviously also getting a little bit of height, but in this case, what I noticed most is that when I was kind of giving it a little bit of shake and just feeling the overall stability, that this gives me the most stable of these two. Now, again, not to this level in terms of stability, but if you don't have this kind of budget, this is a good compromise in that it is giving a more stable platform. And of course, if you'll utilize the clip here and add a little bit of weight to where you're pulling down and kind of aiding gravity in this process, it will give you more stability still. So if you're going to be working at low heights, we've seen how high of a height you can work at, but if you're wanting to work at the other end, to work as at low as possible, the means of accomplishing that is that this center column can actually be removed, and then you can also, so you unscrew that, you can quickly then unscrew the head here, and then you can assemble everything without that center column there. And so obviously that is going to bring you down to a nice low minimum height of only 6.3 inches or 16 centimeters. So it's going to be really nice for doing maybe macro work or things like that. And I do find sometimes that you can actually get down a little bit lower even than what I'm showing you here. If you extend out the legs a little bit further, and it actually allows you to bring things down to an even lower level. Now, I have really only one area of criticism that I want to highlight here, and that is that when it comes to the actual included ball head that is here, while you have the ability to do all of the ball head type things in terms of adjustment, all of that is fine. But when it comes to the actual rotation, it seems like for one thing, there's no dedicated knob for, your panorama type function. And so it seems like almost the way to accomplish that is by taking just a slight bit of tension off on the locking knob here that allows you to move that. And there's still a little bit of tension on there. But if you've got a heavier payload, it is going to move around a little bit. And outside of that, the only options that I have found is really kind of loosening up other things, which can allow you to rotate, and it is functional enough. However, you're going to want to be careful because if you continue to rotate, you're starting to unscrew things. And also, I will note that by doing it either this way or by loosening the center column at this junction a little bit, you are introducing just a slight bit of instability. And so that is my chief area of criticism. However, everything else, I have a lot of positive things to say about. Everything here is very definite in terms of the way that things function. The grip surfaces, for example, when, extending out the legs, everything has a really nice grip surface that I actually far prefer to the Oben and to others that I've seen in similar fashion. As noted, the actual locking mechanisms for the leg angle are really precise, they feel really quality, and everything clicks in very definitely. I will also note that you have got a larger and more ergonomically sound rubberized surface here on 2 out of the 3 extending legs, and so that works out very nicely. And as noted in our little outdoor test, I have found that as a platform, it's at least more stable than what the other inexpensive travel tripod was, even if it's not up to the level of the premium option in the class. And so I think that for many people in many situations, it is going to be stable enough so long as the combination that you're putting on there is one that can be supported. And so this is not necessarily designed around your big super telephoto, lens that's several feet long, but for ordinary people doing ordinary photography stuff, it's a good stable platform and it is highly portable. In conclusion, it does come with a nylon bag to put it in. It does have a strap that can be used as like a shoulder strap or something similar than that. It comes with a few tools for making adjustments over. There is a spirit level that is on there. It has most of the features I would come to expect. However, it is being offered at really an excellent price point, particularly for a carbon fiber tripod that is functional. And I think that once you get used to its design, it is functional enough. And probably my least favorite part of the actual physical design is that when you extend the legs down, you can't extend the center column down. And so either you have to remove the center column or you just have to deal with, your leg structure being like this and then everything sticking up as you saw in the intro of this video. And so I don't love that design per se because I think that, the further you're getting away from the tripod legs, the more you're getting into an unstable, single column. But at the same time, it did feel fairly stable in operation. I was actually pleasantly surprised in that regard. So a great value tripod. And if you think from what you've seen here that it might fit your own needs, you can look in the description down below and you can find linkage there where you can follow up more in either purchasing or getting more information. As always, thanks for watching today, and if you'll also find linkage there in the description to check out Craig and I's collaborative channel. You can follow myself or Craig on social media. You can become a patron, get channel merchandise, and if you haven't already, please click that subscribe button right here on YouTube. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and let the light in.